man has been arrested after beating a security guard to death after trying to prevent a drunk man from entering a building. The incident occurred just after midnight on Sunday morning on the 18th of July in the lobby of State Court of Appeals building located at 909 A Street in Tacoma, Washington. It all started when US Army Ranger 26-year-old Patrick Byrne was out drinking with friends in downtown Tacoma and got into a bar fight where he was punched in the face. He left the bar and walked in the direction of the building on A Street. The security guard, 41-year-old Denise Smith, was monitoring cameras from the lobby when she spotted a homeless woman washing herself in the waterfall at the front of the complex. She went outside to speak with the woman just as Byrne came into the area. When Smith went back inside, Byrne approached the front door and Smith motioned him to leave. When he didn't, Smith opened the front door and Byrne tried to barge his way past her, so she grabbed his shirt to stop him. Upset, Byrne, who was 6 feet tall, began to beat the 5-foot-tall woman for the next 8 to 10 minutes. He repeatedly hit her and grabbed her by her braid and dragged her around like a rag doll. He punched her and stabbed her in the face with the keys while attempting to gouge out her eyes. During the horrific attack, she tried desperately to fight back and to get away, but he kept grabbing her and preventing her from fleeing, overpowering her and continuing with the assault. At one point, Smith tried to make it to the nearby elevator, but Byrne stopped her. He flipped her onto her stomach and choked her until she went limp. After the security guard became unconscious, Byrne went into the conference room and smashed the interior glass of a window with a chair. Blood was found on the window, along with shards of broken glass. He then went back into the lobby and threw things around, including furniture. The authorities said cameras captured him walking onto a landing 14 feet above the ground, and then he disappeared. They said another camera showed him lying on the ground below. It's unclear if he jumped or fell. After passing out for a few minutes, Byrne could be seen getting up and walking away. It was about 2 a.m. at this point, and he went onto A Street and started calling for help. He told one passerby that he'd been stabbed, but there were no signs of stab wounds. Firefighters took him to a hospital, where Byrne told nurses that he'd been lewdly assaulted, but refused to be examined. He suffered a head injury and possible bleeding to the brain, likely from falling or jumping off the landing. At around 6:10 a.m, a fellow security guard showed up for work, where he found Smith lying in the lobby with the front door propped open. She was bleeding and unresponsive, and 911 was contacted. Paramedics pronounced her dead at the scene, while the area was cordoned off by the police. Investigators detained Byrne on Monday and booked him into the Pierce County Jail on Thursday after being released from the hospital. Byrne told detectives he didn't remember the attack. He only recalled drinking in the bar and waking up in the hospital. On Friday the 23rd of July, Byrne was charged with murder, along with a string of other offences, with bail set at $2 million. A California woman is facing felony charges after a 14-year-old son shot his half-sibling while in a car she was driving. The incident occurred in San Bernardino when 37-year-old Veronica Pyatt, the teen, and Pyatt's 20-month-old daughter were in the car. While in the back seat of the vehicle, the teen was handling a loaded firearm. The gun discharged and wounded the toddler in the thigh. Despite hearing the loud shooting, she kept driving, apparently not realizing that her daughter had been shot. As the teen took the little girl out of the vehicle and disposed of the firearm, Veronica unloaded the groceries before learning of her daughter's injury. Once all three of them were inside the house, the teen finally told his mother that the baby had been wounded. Hospital staff called the police after Veronica brought the toddler in. The baby was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Veronica was arrested on multiple felony charges along with her son. She's held in custody on a $100,000 bond, and the charges were not specified.